All right, so welcome back to another episode of Open Ranx. This is your boy Caleb. This is my second go around here, still getting back into the swing of things. Got a couple of new faces for you guys. One that you've seen before, one that you've never seen before. So got my co-host with me this week is gonna be Mr. Gary Jones. Gary, how you doing? Champadon, what's up?
I'm doing well, brother. It's good to be back. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. You know, things have changed, but everything's the same.
I feel that. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Yeah. So for our guest this week, we got an old friend of ours. So go way, way, way back to the Charleston days. Mr. Joy Kornegay. How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm really glad to be here, man. Glad to see y'all in touch with y'all again, man. It's been years.
No, for real, man. It's been a long time, bro. Like happy to like reconnect, especially in the way like this, man.
For sure. Yeah. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
No, for real. Thank you for your time, bro. Like I said, when we was thinking about, different people that we wanted to get in touch with, like you was at the top of the list. Like you got a lot of you're an interesting dude, man. Like coming from where you come from, the things that you're interested in, just your perspective on life. Like we already knew it was gonna be a good episode, so we couldn't wait to get you on.
I'm glad to be here, man. Thank you. I'm glad to be on here. Thank you, sincerely.
Oh, for sure.
Whatever so just get, man, I'm here. So
yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it, man. So usually with everybody, we kind of start off the same, just kind of get some background information on who you are as a person and let everybody know where you're coming from. So where you from?
Yeah, sure, man. Well, home for me is Georgia, Warner Robins. I'm here now visiting my parents. Military kid. Though. I was both my parents were Air Force. So I was born actually up Shaw, and like an hour from Charleston. Up in South Carolina, but
right
after I was born, we moved out to Tokyo, Japan. We were out there for like 6 years, and then we moved again to Vandenberg out in Santa Barbara, California, and then they settled down at Robbins down in Georgia, where we are now, until they retired. So I grew up here.
I don't know if I ever told you, like my daddy side of the family from Warner Robins. Like I got a lot of people in Warner Robins in Macon,
right? Yeah. You did tell me that. You did tell me that. That's crazy. I remember telling me that.
Our people from I'm from around the way.
That's crazy, bro. Like, I think you told me that. Yeah, we were in Fleet. I remember you telling me that. That's crazy.
Back in Fleet.
Back in Fleet.
Man. Sorry.
Sucking the shit out them planes, but we had a lot of time to talk.
Chelsea Green, the craziest man I ever met from North Carolina.
Sergeant Green, that was my dog.
He's from North Carolina?
You ain't know that?
He's from
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I knew who he was. Because he said my name. He said Kornegay once, and I was like, I told my dad. My dad's from North Carolina, so you already know.
Yeah.
Yo, just a little background on Sergeant Green. So this is at the time he was a E6 when me and Kornegay ran across him, and he's a senior now, but he's
he just made chief.
Oh yeah, he did just make chief. So he's a black dude, super loud, super like charismatic.
He's got a golden tooth.
He got a gold tooth in the mouth, like super loud, super like religious. But he was like one of the coolest people like I ever met. One of the best supervisors I ever had, and definitely left a big impression on me. So like he's a character in himself. I'm gonna see if he'll come on here one day.
Don't piss him off though. Don't piss him off.
Yeah.
Please don't piss him off.
What? Every time I heard, "Come here, young man," I already knew.
Boy, because he could. He get creative and how he want to do some shit.
Yeah, man, creative. You a new one, man.
I never had somebody bring me a new one. Like he didn't yell at all. That man pulled me aside and just whispered at me for like 15 minutes, bro. I never felt so close to wanting to cry like a grown man. I walked out there. I had to sit in the car for like 10 minutes, no music, just sit there like, wow. That man really just gave me like one of the most intense life talks.
You got to figure your life out.
Yeah,
and of course, coming in, and coming in as an airman, you know what I'm saying, and you're dealing with that, like this is your first duty station, like you did something smooth, and you running something like Sergeant Green, and he just man,
he checked me, man. He helped me.
Sergeant Green. Oh, for sure. Like I've even as recently as like last year, bro. Like I was having him like review my records and my packages and stuff. Like he's a good dude, man.
Yeah, he really is. He hit me with my first deployment too. That was crazy because it got canceled, and I was talking to him. I was so salty about it. And then
where's he at now? Y'all know?
He's in Yakota. He's been there he probably should be leaving here soon because he's been over there a couple of years now.
Oh yeah. He's probably gonna
Okay,
get paid up
okay.
for the position or something.
Yeah, no, super lucky that we all got a chance to come across him. But
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
come, did you join Adam Warner Robins?
Yeah, I did. Because I finished high school. I finished high school in 2010, and I think I knew like right when I was finishing high school, I knew I wanted to go in because like I said, my parents were in, and it was man, yeah, the way my career even started off to even now was kind of wild. But yeah, I finished high school in 2010, and I knew I wanted to go in like right around the time I finished high school. So I swore in, did all that jazz. I was in that program for like 9 months. I initially came like I picked up for Loadmaster and
Damn,
waited for like 9 months.
you
It
was
was crazy.
ops.
Yeah, yeah. It was crazy, man. So I left for basic 2011, May 3rd, 2011, and I remember I was overconfident. I thought I knew everything because my parents were Air Force. I thought I knew everything. I didn't. I was never like an athlete or anything like that in high school, so I didn't do any sports or nothing like that. But they were like, "Yeah, man, you got to do any shit before you go to basic." Hand to God, all I did was worked at McDonald's. That was like my one job I had for the military. I worked at McDonald's and I ate nothing but McDonald's all day. I got crazy fat, lifted weights, never did any kind of like push ups, sit ups, running, or anything. So like, I'm not even joking with you, bro. When I got to basic, I couldn't do like 10 push ups. So I was having a hard time. But like, obviously, you know,
Jeez.
my fat ass, I
They
was
let you leave like that? Because you gotta do the test. Usually,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah,
made you do
yeah.
the test.
I barely finished the run. Like I had like the bare minimum, like the Air Force Y minimum, not even like the basic training minimum. That was good enough.
And it was like, yep, go ahead.
Yeah,
it'd be like that. It'd be like
That's
yeah,
that.
it
crazy.
was. And what's funny was like I thought I knew everything. I was confident. I wasn't worried about anything. Like I didn't get nervous one time until like I was like on the plane landing at like landing, looking out the window. That lady said like we're landing in San Antonio. That's when I started freaking out. First time ever. But went through basic, got through it, lost all that weight, blah blah blah. Got to tech school, but what was really honest for me was I know I can't. I guess I was raised retrospect. I was raised decently, good parents. They kept a good head on my shoulders, all that kind of stuff. But they were also kind of strict. And I didn't really like get out or like party. I didn't do anything like that crazy when I was growing up, like most people did. So when I got to tech school, that was the first time I ever had
You
any sort of
outside.
freedom whatsoever. Like I'm only 19, and for any sort of like freedom whatsoever. And when I went through, they were like they would let you like dress in civvy clothes, go off base, just take a bus, and go all the way downtown San Antonio. I was just partying and at the clubs and everything, just going all out, just basically bullshitting though. Long story short, it came back to bite me in the ass. And I wasn't studying like I was supposed to be. I was partying instead. And they always give you when you go to tech school, they tell you like, yeah, if you fail, if you fail the test twice, either they're going to cross train you or they'll just kick you out altogether. Well, they kicked me out. Like I got kicked out of the military. Like DD 214 got sent home. Everything, yeah, type shit. Yeah, true story. Like so, you can imagine how much that sucked and how embarrassing it was. Because like I said, like, it was me. I was super immature. I didn't care. I didn't know any better. I didn't give a shit because I was immature. Whatever. And it came back to bite me, obviously. But so you can imagine how much that sucked. So that's super awkward. Now I'm going home. I had to like look my parents in the face with that when they just they both did Air Force and retired and all that jazz. That's awkward.
So how did you get back in?
So that's a crazy story too. I'll tell that story too if you want me to. I really don't mind. But so kind of, it sounds kind of silly, but so I get back home and I'm hanging out with some friends I was hanging out with before I left. But like, long story short, it was kind of like not the greatest crowd. I was getting in like a little more party and more bullshit and like a lot of crazy shit. But at the time, so that I got back, they were like, "Well, you can't just do that. You got to figure something out. So you might try to go back in if you can." So I was trying to do that, but this was also at the time when there was a lot of change happening in the Air Force. Like when I went through, this was also at the same time they were having those big sexy abusing scandals and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, because you was around like what 2011.
Yeah, when all that stuff was going on, yeah, like there
Yeah.
was some crazy stuff. But it's also like they were on like the massive scale down, so like they weren't taking anybody. So at the time, this is also kind of helped me become a man of faith. But at the time, all I could do was go in the Air Force Reserve, so I did that instead. And it's kind of crazy how things lined up because I went through basic training, May 3rd, 2011, and fast forward, I swore in with the Air Force Reserve because that was the only option I had at the time. And I left for tech school, Fort Lee, May 12th, or like May 3rd, 2012. Fort Lee, went through that. Um, I signed with the Air Force Reserve around like February of 2012 and left for Fort Lee May 3rd, 2012 or whatever. Graduated like July 4th, something like that. And I was in the reserves down in the Dobbins in Georgia,
Yeah, I know that's because
Marietta.
they got like the biggest reserve base, don't they? Or is it
Yeah,
Robbins?
yeah. Robbins is the Air Force headquarters, but
Yeah,
I was up at Dobbins, which is like in like Marietta, like 20 minutes
it's
from
near
downtown
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was there. I was in the Air Force Reserve for like a little over a year. But while I was doing that, I was still I guess maybe glory to God, I was working with the same active duty recruiters that signed me into the first time I went through because they were still there by chance. And they were like, well, let's try this thing called conditional release. It might not work, but we'll try it. We're going to put in your paperwork. They'll send it up to the recruiting guys, like the big recruiting guys, the big Air Force, whatever. Look at your records. If they want to take you in, they can find you. They'll do it. It's worth a shot, so I was like, screw it. So I'm doing that the entire time, doing all my Air Force Reserve stuff.
Hmm.
I'm doing all my Air Force Reserve stuff. Fast forward, it's like March 2013. I go annual tour to Charleston for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. I don't know if y'all remember Sergeant Garner, but I remember
Garner. I remember the name, but
Garner,
I
yeah.
don't. Oh, Garner. Yeah. I remember
Yeah,
Garner.
Yeah, the white dude.
So
Yeah.
I remember I got off the plane at Charleston. I think I was there for 2 weeks, and I remember he was a senior airman at the time. He got me off the plane. He was working packs. Anyway, so I was there for like 2 weeks, Charleston. Went downtown, did the normal stuff, whatever. And I remember the night I got back from annual tour, we just landed back in Dobbins, and I got a call from the recruiter, the active duty guy. He was like, "Hey man, pack your stuff. You got approved, dude. You're going active. You're going to Charleston." I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So fast forward, I started doing all my paperwork to process from reserve to active duty as a 2T2 and pack up all my stuff, PCS, like officially PCS and everything. And I got to Charleston, like active duty May 28th, 2013 in the dorms, and everything else was history from there. So that's how what all led to, like, that's how I got to Charleston, or when I got to Charleston.
So you actually get active duty in May because that's crazy. I thought you had been there longer, like a lot longer than that. Because I got there in like
got it when you get
October.
there. Okay.
No, I got there. Yeah, I got there in like October 2013.
Yeah, no, I got to Charleston. I got to Charleston May 28th, 2013.
Yeah, because I remember like back then, like people had told me like you had been in a little bit longer, but then I remember me and you had we put senior airman on like the same month. You remember that?
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, like, but we were so young and like I didn't know how all this shit worked. So, but I didn't know that was your path.
That's
crazy.
It was kind of crazy. Because I remember at the time, this was when I was still working with Sergeant Green and everything. So this was when he and I were working packs together right before we got to fleet. I remember like right before I put on, it was like maybe like 9 months before I put on senior airman. I was going through NPF one day and I saw him there. I was like, hey, I'm not supposed to put on A1C until like a month from now. And I didn't know what I was looking at, so I was like, hey, can y'all check this out? I'm like, yeah, that's accurate. So I had A1C at the time. So I had to leave that day to like go put on airman instead. And it had like an awkward moment of like having to go put on A1C again a month later.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, like you said, putting on senior airman, it was kind of the same thing. Because it was the same thing. I was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at my paperwork. It says I'm supposed to put on. The guys at the dorm said I move out. I'm supposed to start moving out like in a month, but right now it's not saying I'll put on senior until like 4 or 5 months from now. So what's going on? And they didn't know what was going on. So they're like, oh, we'll look into it. And then I remember this was like maybe I think it might have been December 2nd, like my birthday or something, right around that time. Um, it was the day of the promotion ceremony. Sort Green called me. He's like, "Hey, I don't know what you're doing right now, but I need you to go get your blues."
Bro, I remember this.
You gotta put
I
on,
remember this, bro. Because they was like, no, we gotta wait for Kornegay. I
yeah,
remember
you
this
gotta put
shit.
one on today. Yeah,
I remember
I
that
called my
shit.
parents because they wanted to go, but they were really happy. But I was like, "Hey, I don't know what y'all are doing, but I just got to call like 5 minutes ago. I'm putting on Seaman today in like 4 or 5 hours. If y'all want to come up there." So they
Yeah.
came, and that was great.
Yeah, I remember your people was there.
Yeah, so that was quite a day.
That's crazy. That was what, 2015, bro? That was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, crazy to think about now. Yeah, because I remember I had to move out that same day, which was nuts. I already had an apartment, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I guess that's kind of how my career started. Yeah.
That's a wild start. That's a wild start.
It is, I think that's kind of why. I didn't mean to cut y'all.
No, you good. Finish your thought.
Oh, I was gonna say, that's kind of what led me on kind of like being like a man of faith myself, because like how ridiculous a lot of my story is, like coming in, getting kicked out, and then coming back in to like to like where we all are now. That's just the fact that it even started like that, like crazy,
So what was that walk like for you? Were you going to church more? Were you like, what was that?
Yeah,
kind of going into detail about that.
I didn't really. It's kind of funny, like my parents used to like drag me to church every now and then growing up, like on Sundays, like, well, kid, if you're going today, I feel like it. Well, the Lord will heal you. You can feel better today at church, so you're going. That kind of stuff. Because like, we all have those talks.
That's some black
like
stuff.
Yeah, so when I got to basic, and they gave us that option to go to church on Sundays, I started going, and that's kind of like really helped me like get through it, because it kind of sounds silly, but I was having a hard time like just getting like all those ass chewings like that and everything. Like, I don't know. Like, I grew up with parents, and, they like all those ass chewings I get in basic. Like,
No, it's a lot. Like, if you not, it's a lot, bro.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a big. I would say it's a big transition, especially like if just coming straight out of high school, right? And you get on that bus and you got people yelling at you as you're around a whole bunch of strangers. And I remember
it's chaos.
It's chaos. I remember it's a beautiful chaotic moment, right? And I remember one of my NTIs was telling me like, "I'm your mother and your father now." I was just like, okay. And you tell her today. Right. Yeah. And this is crazy because we went right before like they start implementing, like, I guess, they was kind of getting down to like the hazing, and they was getting the airmen, like the cars, and like stuff was getting too hard for them. They pull out the card, and
you was like what, 2015?
Yeah. So right after I got to Charleston, that's when they start implementing all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I kind of had the same experience. I remember like that first Sunday they I don't know how they do it now, but it was like the first Sunday we were there. He told us, he's like, "Hey, y'all about to go here and go talk to this." I guess he was telling us, he's like, "Yeah, y'all gonna go to this church. The base man is gonna talk to y'all, asking y'all how y'all are doing, how you being treated and everything." He's like, "When they ask you how you're doing, what are you gonna tell them?" And he's like, like we're like, "Tell them like the good thing, whatever." He's like, "Yeah, tell them the truth if you want to." I'll never forget, this man was like 5'1" Mexican dude. He's like, "Tell them the truth if you want to. You gotta come back to me. God won't save your ass." I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." Word on everything, bro. He said that.
I believe it. I believe it.
Bro.
He was like
I be thinking about it now, like, being older in the Air Force and like especially being an NCO, like, and just kind of thinking about the dynamic of what that has to be like. They got to be having so much fun just saying the wildest shit they can think of.
Yeah,
the wildest. Because
like at some point, like they come up to you, they try to make you laugh, like.
No, they're trying to make their friends laugh. They're trying to make the other NTI break. Like, that's what it's got to be. Like, who can make the other person break, bro?
They were always getting me. As much as I'm always smiling and everything, like, because they always get me for that. Like, they always smoke me because I always be laughing, like. So of course it would, like.
There go Kornegay cheesing again.
Oh yeah. Oh, fucking Kornegay. Here we go. Fucking every time. But that's me. So but yeah, for me, I guess started to take I guess trying to like seriously become a man of faith started pretty serious for me when I was in basic, just because that was like that time on Sundays. That was like the time I could get away. And
Grilled cheese and Jesus.
like, yeah, like those all those cheesy songs and everything. At first, I was like, "This is so whack. This is kind of cringe." But
That's how
I'd rather be here and get away from there for a little bit. And then before I knew it, I was singing those songs, hollering those songs. It was crazy. But
that Kirk Franklin come on, that smile.
right, exactly. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, exactly. Now even when I still hear it, same thing.
That's if I'm going through something right now, because I'm not religious, but if I'm going through some shit and I just need that release from some music, I'm going to that Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
Now I will say, like the new modern Christian or religious music don't really like hit the same, at least for me, in my opinion. So like, of course, when I went, of course, I was going to church every Sunday during basic as well. And it would play, the modernized, Christian songs. And, they, like I said, it just didn't do anything for me. But I remember one time very vividly, I can't remember what week it was, but they had played Marvin Sapp. Never would have made it.
That's an anthem now.
I ain't gonna cap. I started bawling, and I try to hold that in as much as I could, boy.
Yeah.
But I remember that vividly. I remember that so vividly. Yeah.
Bro, it's such a stressful time, yo. Like, it's such a stressful time. I remember because I went in June and I was there. I think the second week we was there. It was Father's Day, and like me and my dad are real close. But I ain't never been like especially back then. I wasn't a crier. I wasn't like super emotional. I never got like that. But they let us call on Father's Day, and mind you, I had only been there a fucking week. I wasn't called my daddy, boy. I broke down. I could not hold it. I was like, this.
It's heavy,
I was like, what is going on, bro? I could not handle it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I never had a feeling like that before.
Yeah. I never cried, bro. But it was the same thing. Got off the phone with my parents. I bawling my eyes out I don't even know why. It was just
nothing's wrong.
Nice.
Nothing is wrong.
Like, I never been so happy to hear my mom and dad. It was
it's crazy, bro.
I feel that, bro. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Facts.
So fast forward.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously, I've been gone from Charleston since about 2017. Gary's been out of the military and relocated since about 2019?
2021 is when I left Charleston.
Okay, so you've been there. You've been gone a few years, but somehow, some way, you managed to stay. And I know from knowing you, that is not your choice.
It's not. It's not, bro.
So
it's not.
Can you go into like what that process has been like for you, and then just kind of like where it stands as it is, I guess?
Yeah. So when I first found out I was going to Charleston, I was okay with it because it was like number 3 on my dream list for like staying. They told me like, yeah, man, you got picked up, you're going, and you going to Charleston. I was like, oh, bet. I was excited because it's kind of crazy. Even before I went to basic, my old man and I we went to Charleston for the air show like the week before I left for basic. And it's kind of funny now in retrospect because when I went to basic, hand to God, my flight number in basic was 437. But crazy, crazy, yeah. But crazy, bro.
That's the name. That's the squadron there in Charleston for those who don't know. 437.
It's crazy, bro. Like, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, like y'all know, I've been in Charleston for a minute. I still complain about it to myself that I'm still here as long as I have been. But I try not to complain that much anymore because I guess like 2 or 3 years ago, I kind of got back into this doing stuff that I enjoy doing here in the first place. Because before, like, I was bummed out, but I also I just refused to do anything that I enjoy. Like, I like going on drives and hanging out with my dog and going downtown and all that kind of stuff. But I stopped doing all that. I just got a real bad funk. But yeah, like I still trying to get out of here. I was doing everything like the dream sheets, updating my dream sheets. Checking the equal overseas, like checking the equal overseas listing. I had to set up
crazy.
I had to set up to send me automatically notify me whenever the listing dropped. I go in there, update it and everything. Still couldn't get it, I tried.
I'm at Dover now.
You're at Dover?
Don't come to Dover.
That's what everybody says, bro. Everybody says
whatever you've heard about Dover is true.
Everybody says that, man.
Whatever you heard is
Everybody's
true.
bend over and over is what they call it. That's bad.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, they gonna get it out of you. Bend over and over. They gonna get it up out you. But matter of fact, like I said today when I was telling y'all earlier, like I was supposed to be at work today, but they call at 7:15. Hey, we need you.
Oh, man.
I'll be there as soon as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. That's bad, bro.
So I know you're trying to get out of there. Where is it that you're trying to end up?
So if I had the choice, if I didn't go overseas, my stateside overseas choices, if I wasn't here right now, I'd like to be at McCord be number one. McCord. I watched it, or maybe Travis. But
you remember Richardson? Coron?
Yeah.
He just got over there.
To McCord?
No, to Travis.
Travis? Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I got a few friends out there. A lot of them seem to like it. They say the work is kind of crazy, but they seem to like it because there's so much stuff to do. So, especially, in Cali, I can only imagine because you got so many places you can go.
It's kind of like here, like we can, like I'm close. I'm like 2 hours from DC, 2 hours from Philly.
Yeah, you
4 hours from New York.
If you want to.
Yeah. Like,
that's but everybody says Dover. Everybody says they all describe it the exact same way. They all say it's a country ghetto.
No, it's crazy. So like, I stay like 10 minutes from the base, right? If I'm like, whenever I want to drive to DC, I go west, and I'm literally driving through like farmland. But if I go 15 minutes to downtown Dover, it's like, you got like crackheads, meth heads, like people be getting shot at, like the 1 or 2 little bars that they got to go around here, like, and it's a lot of, and not to put this like stigma on it, but it is a lot of black people in Delaware for some reason. It's a mixed crowd because obviously we're in a military community, so it's a mixed crowd. But just in the state of Delaware, it's a lot of black folk. So you do see like a lot of black people, and not saying that part of it is ghetto, but just like I do get a certain sense of comfortability because it is so many black folks, but they're different kind of black folks because we all from the south. So like we all move in similar fashions. I don't know how to describe the black people in Delaware, but it's different.
That's all I'm saying. And I just would have never thought I'd see brothers like that in Delaware. Like you said, like unless it's like from the base or something. Bro, but wow,
bro, no, they are out here in droves.
That's crazy. That's genuinely interesting, man. Wow, that's crazy.
It's crazy, dog.
But Charleston, I don't really talk that much anymore. Like I used to always make the joke. At some point, I just stopped trying to explain like the story of how I've been here for so long and trying to get out. Because people mean well, but they're like, "Oh man, you ever tried the PCS?" I'm like, "That's crazy." But like, I look at it like, because they don't get the story. But like, I look at it like, when I used to get so mad because I look at it like that'd be like me going to the doctor. You'd be like, "Well, hey, what brings you in today?" "Oh, I think I have insomnia." "Oh, well, have you tried lying down and closing your eyes?" When they're like, "Have you tried updating your dream sheet?" So that's how it sounds. But like I said before,
I get you. Like you've been around the block enough to know what you need to do. It just ain't happened for you.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and like I said, I get it because like my parents remember the same thing. I know, like my parents, they know people, they know chiefs, they know 06s and everything. I got connections and all. It's just I did just to make sure I wasn't crazy. I remember like one day, it was like 3 or 4 years ago now. It was my day off. I was sitting at the house, and I was like, you know what, screw this. I just went on base. I was like, went to the NPF and everything. I was like, hey, what brings you in today? I was like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I'll just be honest. I'm trying to figure out. I've been here since 2013. I'm trying to figure out why I can't PCS. I'm trying to like, is there anything on my records? Am I on a PEP or anything like that? And they're like, oh man, we'll check it out for you. And I guess the good news was no, there's nothing like that. The guy was like, I guess you're just unlucky, man. Just keep trying.
Thanks.
I was like, thanks. I guess. Like, I don't know, what else can I say at that point?
So who all is still there that we used to work with back in the day?
Schmeling's still here. He's out. Besides that, man, not really anybody else, man.
That's so
Everybody's
crazy.
gone. Everybody's gone. Yeah, everybody's gone.
Yeah, because I left in 2017, and that's coming up on what is that? 8 years? No.
Yeah.
Or no?
I don't know if y'all remember
7, something like that.
I don't know if y'all remember Oates. Oates has been gone.
He's in Hawaii. He's
Right,
he's working at the PAX terminal there when I was at the PAX terminal in Guam, and we would like talk back and forth sometimes.
That's pretty. So he's been in Hawaii for a minute now. I don't know if y'all remember Karez. Karez left. He left
Yeah.
in like
I think
yeah, I
he's
think
out the military because I follow him on Instagram, I believe. Yeah.
yeah, he's out. I think
Okay.
he left Charleston in like 2016 or 2017, something like that. And then he was in Korea for a little bit, and then he got to Andrews, and then he got
Mm.
out in Andrews. So yeah, when I got back from my last deployment in 2021, I went with my mom to DC. That was pretty cool. Oh, what is he? Sorry, that was my dog. Now I met up with him then, so that was really dope. He's doing good now. He works at one of his closest friends' restaurants. So pretty
That's what's
cool.
up.
Yeah,
Backtracking
yeah,
to what you said, how you like to, go out and do things that you like, while you're still
yeah,
there. I
yeah.
know you said you like to do drives and stuff like that. And,
Mhm.
anybody that know Kornegay know that he is tied to, your Z34. You know what I'm saying? You've
Yeah,
had that
yo,
car.
much love. Yeah.
How long have you had that car?
I've had that car, man. I know the date and everything. This is kind of crazy. I remember I got that car back in a little, just under a year after I got here. Um, 'Cause when I first got here, I had my mom's car. It was 2001 Toyota Camry. Still old face, but I love that car. But so I went out and got another one of my I guess grown man purchase after leaving mom and dad's house, start my life as a grown
Mm.
man, whatever. I got that car. Um, I was working packs. I walked in one day. I was like, "Hey, blah blah blah, I'm looking at this new car. I want to go get it. Can I take a day? Can I take a day of leave or whatever tomorrow to go get it?" And they were like, "Dude, just take a pass day." And it was kind of worked out because the car was for sale up at a dealership up in Raleigh, North Carolina. I walked in the next day, just took a hop the Pope, and the rest was history. That was March 12th, 2014. I bought that car. Um, so got the
And
car, moved
you
in.
got a Z34, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Z34, 370Z, same thing. Fairlady Z, whatever you
Right.
want to call it, they're all the same thing.
What about Nissan in that particular model like spoke out to you? Did you have like other different cars in mind, or how did that process
Well,
go for you?
yeah. So for me, it was I wasn't crazy about cars. I didn't know anything about cars. I didn't really get into cars like that
Okay,
until I got to Charleston. I don't know if
gotcha.
excuse me, I don't know if y'all remember S13 Cicerine Corn.
Yeah.
He one of the closest
He
friends
beat
of
me out for what is it?
BTZ.
BTZ. Yeah, he beat me
Oh
out for
yeah,
BTZ.
yeah. So he was one of the first few friends I made when I got to the dorms. I met him one day on Bayo and got wasted with him one night. He and I became good friends real quick. Me, him, and Schmeling and all. And he was really into cars, and that's how I kind of started taking an interest in cars. And when I first met him, I didn't really know that much about cars, but like I said, I was kind of getting into them, and I knew if I didn't know much, I knew I like Japanese cars because as far as I'm concerned, my parents always had Japanese cars growing up. They're cheap, reliable, cheap to take care of, and they
Mm-hmm.
last. So for me, I knew I was like, well, if I get another car, maybe get a Nissan or Infinity. And at the
Hmm.
time, I was like, well, I think the G35s are cool and the 350Zs are
Yeah,
cool. But
yeah.
every time I saw one, by the time I get the money for it, or like a loan, it would always be sold. And then I remember when I saw the 370Z that I got, I was talking to my suite mate in the dorms once. I was like, "Hey man, check this out. That'd be pretty cool." And he was like, "Dude, let's just go up and look at it." So we just took a random road trip that day to go look at it. And then I came back, and a week later, I was like, "Hey, is this still for sale?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, can I come get it?" And that's what So I was like, "Screw it." So I got that car, um, which was crazy because I didn't plan to get a 370. I wanted to get a 350 because at the time that's all I could have afforded, or so I thought, and that's all I
Sure,
saw.
sure.
So again with that, I think I look at that again. Man of faith, grace to God. I didn't get just the car I wanted. I got like the new upgraded version of the car that I wanted.
That's what's up.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I got it that day. And then I remember I stayed the night at a hotel in North Carolina that night, and then the next day I drove it back down to Charleston. It was a bone stock when I got it.
Right, right.
Um, I think I think I had like a month later. Oaks was like, "Dude, you got to get the tent done," and I was like, "Okay." So one of my friends, one of my coworkers that worked at the time, he knew a guy. He's like, "Dude, just take it to my friend. Give him $100. He'll tint the windows for you." So I give him $100. The guy tinted like I got three of the windows tinted. I didn't get the front window tinted, which I don't know why I didn't. But so the guy did all the tint. That was the first thing I did to that car. And then I think like the very next day after I got the tent done, I took the car downtown. Or I took the car
Got
to
to. Got to show it
yeah, I
off.
took the car downtown. Yeah, because like I don't know anything about cars. This car was bone stock. I like cars, but I didn't know anything about them. I was just getting into them, but I thought I was that dude, and I had to.
Of course, of course.
I had the, but it was like I was a douchebag. I was like, it was bad. Like I really thought I was better than everybody, bro. Like I thought I was that dude. I really did.
So I think we all go through that phase, right? Because when I first got to Charleston, I had my 330 Ci, right, 2003, and that was my first car I ever owned. It was a coupe. You couldn't tell me nothing in that car. You could not tell me nothing. I end up, God bless that car, because I drove it so much from Charleston to Raleigh. I think I was going back home to Raleigh, I think every weekend. So I was pushing that car.
It was ridiculous.
It was pretty bad, right? And so, but right after that, I had got a 2011. This was 2015, so it was about 4 years old. I had got a 2011 Audi A4, and when I tell you, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was the same way, right? Huh? The silver one, yeah. I ended up having a lot of issues with that car later on, but like when I first got it initially, yeah. So I understand like what you're saying as far as like feeling like, you know, like a douchebag, you know, to a certain degree.
Yeah. You couldn't tell me nothing, bro. But I remember I got the first so I got the windows tinted, and then I got the wheels plastic dip, and then my head got bigger, and I was driving one day. This was like maybe 2 months after I got the car. I was driving. I don't know, to this day I don't know how I did this. It was so stupid, but I was in the parking lot by the GameStop on Rivers Avenue, and I don't know how I didn't see it, but I pulled in and I just saw I didn't see it, but there was this piece of a curb in the middle of the parking spot. And sure
just out the way.
Didn't see it. Just pulled in, just the whole car was just up on the curb, just like this. I'm sitting here looking at the car. I'm just looking stupid, like just staring just looking dumb. Somebody's driving by, taking pictures, laughing. The whole right side of the whole right side of the side skirt was ripped. It was just ripped from the front tire to the rear. I remember I was so mad. I remember
oh, you can definitely your car stayed real low to the ground.
Yeah, but this was like that didn't have suspension work done or nothing. Like this was just everything else was still stock. The suspension, the exhaust, everything was still stock. Besides the plastic dip with the window tint, that was it. But I took it back to the parking lot, and Eric and everybody was cracking up. And I was so mad at the time, but looking back in retrospect, it was pretty funny. It was.
I still get reminded that I used to hit them curbs in the parking lot of the door from time to time.
Very much so.
They just jump in. They just jump at you out of nowhere, man.
Yeah, especially downtown, man. It was bad, but it's kind of funny.
Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead. No, do you think? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's kind of funny though because in retrospect, that's what I guess it's gonna sound kind of cliche, but that's kind of what kickstarted my interest in cars, kind of into overgear, or overdrive.
No pun intended.
To start doing everything that I did to the car, because the way I looked at it, every time I messed up something in the car, or something just was broken and needed to be repaired or replaced or whatever, I was like, okay, well, I'll get something else for it, and that's how I ended up getting. That's ultimately what led to the car being what it is now. Because the car was in pieces. It was bad. Like the car, when I finally got my first deployment and left, the car had a domestic exhaust system. The car didn't have a bumper on it. It had two different color wheels on them. The headlights were cracked. The windshield was broke or cracked. So
jeez, you driving the hell out of that car, boy. God damn.
Yeah. If you go back and look at those old pictures, that car went through some things. I was doing
if you're comfortable with it, how much have you spent overall in modifications on your car? Ballpark number.
So everything I did to the car, when I finally got basically everything that was messed up with it, I got it all taken care of after that first deployment. During that first deployment, I got everything fixed and taken care of, however you're gonna word it, and got it all put on when I got back. And that was like 22,000. As far as parts and everything on that car, it's the entire aero kit on the car. It's a Muse. It's called an Muse kit. It's carbon fiber. I got the suspension and everything done as well when I was gone. BC Racing coilovers. The wheels are TE37s, Volk Rays. Um, I got those for a really good price. Those cost me like 22.60, which was a great steal. Normally they go for like 4 grand. Um, the entire aero kit is a carbon fiber. Like it's not a wrap. It's like made of carbon fiber. I got new taillights on it because, like I said as well, the taillights were kind of from the factory. The taillights were cracked, so I got those replaced. Those were like a grand because they're.
How do you crack your taillights?
I don't know how I did it, but it was a really, really small crack. It was like one of those things. It was so small, nobody's would have noticed it, but like because it was my car, I noticed it. Like
Yeah.
it just drove me. It just bothered me, so I was like, screw it. Anything that's wrong, I'm gonna get it fixed. But so I got those replaced. That was like 1,000. They were like the Japanese spec taillights, whatever. But I also got as far as performance stuff done, if you want to even call it that, it's just intakes. There's a set of racing headers on the car, and a custom exhaust on the head's back, and I got the car retuned. Like I said, all the stuff got done and installed, whatever you want to call it, all back in 2017. And I haven't done anything to the car since. I just take care of it now, like normal, just change the oil, new tires, whatever, like simple, normal stuff. So I don't have any more plans for the car. It's paid off. It's taking care of it,
That's what's up. Yeah, that's good. That's honestly the best outcome you can have when you have a car. You do a whole bunch of modifications. Just keep up with it and keep it rolling. Do you go to a lot of car meets out there, or how's the car meet scene out there? In Charles.
So when I got everything done on that car back then, I was going to car meets a lot because I wasn't like really arrogant or anything anymore. It was kind of just like now that I was learning and like really understanding, I don't know as much as I thought I did. It was kind of just making me more interested in it. Like just following like a bunch of like random people on social media. I don't even know them. Random dudes out in Japan with like these kind of cars and stuff that I see them like that kind of stuff. But I used to go to car meets, but I don't anymore. I don't. I like cars still, but now like as far as when I talk about cars, it's probably maybe when I go online or if I drop my car off at the show zone shop where I take it just for like normal like maintenance or just like routine maintenance like oil changes or like if I got some car questions, stuff like that. So I talk about cars then. But that's about it these days. I still like cars, but I don't really go to car meets like that. I just watch videos on YouTube and stuff like that,
Yeah. I think, the car community is, I think it's much smaller from my perspective. I think it's much smaller than it was back in the day. And just, I think, and just thinking about it, I think thinking about it, early 2000s, it was really like a pivotal point for like street racing and just entertainment surrounding cars. Of course, we had, the Fast and Furious movies. We had, the racing games, were very popular and stuff like that. Do you feel like there should be like a resurgence in the entertainment aspect with cars, or you think, we should kind of move away from it?
I think it's still there. It's just kind of changed to be a little more, I guess,
online.
Professional. Yeah, like online, like professional in a good way, I guess. Like now, some people still do some street racing. Like they still do it. Like you can find it even in Charleston. Like you go to Holly Hill, which is like 20 minutes from like Somerville on Saturday nights. You can get down to some crazy street stuff if you want to.
I got a quick story real quick because I was.
Oh, please tell it.
I was working night shift when of course in Charleston at the port, and I don't know if y'all remember this dude. His name was either Fields or Fawn. No, what was his name? It started with an F. Real country dude. He had brown hair. Oh dang, what was his name? Farms Fields. I can't remember. No, like you'll know him, but if I show you his face, remember his name. I just can't remember. Anyway. He was working Falls. That's what it is. There it is. Yeah. I knew it. Yeah, it was. I just couldn't get it. Falls. Yeah. So I was working night shift with Falls, right? And at the time he had some type of pickup truck, but he had this
Silverado. Silverado.
And what
all them boys had Silverados.
He had a Silverado, and what I wasn't aware of because we was having a conversation. He was real cool, whatever. He was like, "Yeah, I'm about to go to lunch and go do some racing real quick, and I'll be back." I'm like, what?
He was dead
so
serious.
apparently, his engine and his Silverado was pushing like 800 horsepower to the
Yeah,
wheel.
yeah.
And I was just like, he was like, yeah, I'm about to make like a quick 500, on this race and come back. I was like, sheesh. And lo and
He was
behold,
dead
that's exactly what he
serious.
did.
So before you got there, Gary, and I think Kornegay, you might have already been out the dorms or on the way out the dorms, but it was like 4 or 5 of them in the dorms that all of them had Silverados and they would
Yeah,
all park like next to each other in the dorms. It
yeah.
was like
I know
five
exactly
or
what you're talking
six
about.
Chevy Silverados in the fucking
Yep.
dormitory parking lot. Like, how are y'all affording fucking Silverados?
Yeah, and
And
then
they was all lifted. They all had
yeah.
fucking like good tires on them and shit. I
They were
remember
all
Basil,
nice.
he had like 220s
His was
back there in
real
the fucking
nice.
back seat.
I remember
Basil,
Basil.
yeah.
Okay, I remember
Yeah,
Basil.
his was dope.
Yeah, Basil shit was hard.
That dark, yeah, his was sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the car scene, I like how it is now. Like a lot of people like to go to like the performal, but now they go to like the real big car meets. Like they got a real big one, H2OI up in like Maryland every year. They have the one that Atlanta too, Import Alliance, where it's just full on like these like big formal drift events for like 3 or 4 days straight. I don't really go. I would want to go to one of those someday. But as far as the car scene around here or in Charleston, I just go for drive still, which is really nice. And like if I happen to live next to like if I get lucky enough to like be out one night and I see some really nice guys, some real old dude, like when I go downtown, I see like the guy in like the 458 Ferrari. He like looks and gives me a thumbs up or something. That's really nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's lit. That's pretty lit.
Yeah. Or like there's like 2 or 3 shops in Charleston. Like if I like to like some of those shops, they're cool, but like you go by them, it just makes you feel like your wallet's on fire and you go by because you see all these supercars out there. Like I go by there and like they did like European cars. I dropped my friend off one day. He's like, "Yeah, man, I dropped off my Golf. I gotta pick it up. You want to give me a ride?" I was like, "Sure." And I forgot until I got to the parking lot. Like, oh, it's not just like Volkswagen and Mercedes. Like Lamborghini is European. Like McLaren is European, bro.
King Street in Charleston. You gonna see some shit.
Yeah. Like no, bro. Like why are you pointing me out here? Like I think I'm that dude. And so I look behind me, I see the guy in a Rolls Royce fans up behind me. Like I'm just going home, bro. Like I'm going home.
You think your Chrysler 300 is a Phantom until the Phantom pull up.
It's a different, like it's
you said
it's really cool, but yeah. So
you said that you go for a lot of rides and stuff. So kind of switching gears a little bit. What is do you have a riding playlist, or what is like the vibe that you usually go to when you get in the car, you go for a ride? What's the vibe that you try to?
The vibe. Oh man, the vibe. The vibe usually, because now when I like to go, my favorite time to go is at night. Like maybe it could be probably, especially like late at night, because I don't know, I'll probably get it from an old man. He just happens to be up at night sometimes. Like he'll just be up from like 1 to like 2 or 3 in the morning, just watching TV or whatever. But I do the same thing. When I just get up, I just go for drives. I'll like watch the car, go for drives. Probably go for a drive all the way from I'll say because I stay off Latson Road now. I'll go all the way from Latson Road, take the crank the windows down, go all the way like downtown, like a big loop, and go all the way home. It's a perfect ride. But answer the question. Usually, now when I put on music, if it's not like a church sermon, which half the time it is, the other half the time it might be just smooth jazz or just like, anything. Sometimes just alternative rock, maybe Deftones, Alice in Chains, Bloodvein, or like old school hip hop. Like I'll just put on like instrumentals.
Yeah,
like
and that's one thing I noticed about you. We never got the chance to work with each other because we always been on different shifts.
Yeah.
A lot of our interactions have actually been on Instagram. And one thing that I've noticed is that I would post maybe some jazz I was listening to, and you would be one of the only people who would comment on it. And so that lets me know, oh, this brother got taste as well. You know what I'm saying? And
man.
And so I appreciated that, and I was able to see that this brother has a very eclectic taste in music, and just seeing like your posts and stuff and the music that you attach to your posts, I was like, oh yeah, I see like he's all over the place just like I'm in, so I can appreciate that when I see it.
Man, so. Much love. Kind of like some Marvin Gaye, like anything like that too. I get that from my old man, like because my old man's he's a big music guy. I listen to some classic rock, but like Marvin Gaye or jazz as well. So especially my old man, he's really into Thelonious Monk, John
Yeah.
Coltrane, Miles Davis,
Yeah.
like, all of
Yeah.
it, you know.
It's good stuff, man. A lot of our people in our generation sleeping on it, man. It's some good stuff, bro. Some good
Yeah,
stuff.
I ain't gonna lie. I just been listening to y'all because I kind of stay in my little pocket. You know what I mean? I
I feel
might
you,
branch
bro.
out a little bit, but I stay in my little pocket. I know what I
I
like.
feel you. Yeah, but like a
Yeah,
lot
look,
of
ain't
the
nothing
music
wrong
we
with
listen
that.
to, especially with hip hop too, they all sample it. So it's kind of like it's really cool when you go back and look at it because like even like some of like the older music I listen to, I only got into it because like I listened to like the original version, or I listened to like the hip hop samples first. Like a lot of like I like Bobby Caldwell a lot, but I didn't realize like a lot of the music he made. You know, people know like "Do for Love" or like "My Flame."
Oh yeah. Yeah, his music was
Those songs
sampled a
were
lot,
cool, but
yeah.
like the first time I heard it was like in Tupac's original song "Do for Love" or like Biggie's song "Sky's the Limit" and like that kind of stuff. So I always heard those
Yeah.
songs, and I was like, "Oh, this is the original version of it." So that kind of stuff is
Yeah.
really cool to me. That's something that's one of my favorite things about hip hop.
Did you get a chance to see Apple put together the best list albums of all time? It's 100 that they decided to put together the whole list, and they've been doing it all week.
I didn't see the entire thing. Unfortunately, I don't really use Apple Music like that. I'm a Spotify guy.
I'm about to say you strike me as a Spotify dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am. But I did see today where Lauryn Hill's album was #1. That's pretty sick, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty sick.
You know, and it's crazy to think about, and I saw a tweet that kind of put things into perspective for me, at least, was like, because Lauryn Hill said she was working on her second album, and it's just like, this musician is on her second album, and she's been in the game 30 plus years.
That long.
And that just lets you know how pivotal and how impactful her first album was, that she's able to eat off this album for, her whole career is based off this miseducation of Lauryn Hill. So, I mean, it is well deserved that Lauryn Hill gets the #1 album of all time. I'm completely fine with that. And then Thriller was right behind that. So, and that, of course,
of course.
That.
Yeah. Thriller. That's the greatest.
That album better than Thriller?
That is kind of nuts. But
that's crazy.
Time, though,
Thriller? Go and just look at the track list and you tell me there's a better put together album than Thriller.
It's miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
That's insane.
You guys got really good points because you got a good point, bro, because like everybody knows, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is like one of those albums. It's just always been like a cultural like.
It's just timeless. It's a cultural like staple.
Yeah, but at the same time, Thriller is, as far as numbers go, Thriller isn't just. Thriller is not one of. Thriller is the greatest album of all time. Not one of, but I think ever.
I'm not mad at it being interchangeable. I'm not mad at it.
I'm gonna read the track list. Want to be starting something? Baby be mine. The girl is mine. Then you get Thriller. Then he hit you with Beat It. Then he hit you with Billie Jean. Right after that, Human Nature. We're going to step into PYT and finish it off with The Lady in My Life?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, it's a great album. I love it. I love Michael Jackson. I love that album. It's a great album. Like I said, I'm not mad at it being interchangeable. We got to put things in perspective, like I said. I mean, I get what you're saying as far as, the track list is phenomenal, right? Like, no skips in my mind. This artist has been able to make a substantial amount, and make a living off of one album she made in the 90s. And she is still touring to this day off that one album. That's like unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and people sing on to every song too.
Yes, and the closest artist that I can kind of compare that to is Biggie, because I think Biggie only had 2 albums. If I'm not mistaken, Ready to Die,
something like that,
and Life After Death.
Yeah.
And because of how good those were, people, and I would assume if he was still living, that he would be,
I'm not putting nothing above Thriller. I hear what you're saying. I ain't putting nothing above Thriller.
No, I get it. Look, I get it.
I feel the same. I'm happy that the album that's #1 is what it is. I'm happy about it, but at the same time, like the fact that Thriller's #2, I guess the Thriller's #2 is what's kind of weird to me because I know how big Thriller is. Like
it's some white person somewhere got me hating on Lauryn Hill, and I hate it.
Yeah, that's pretty much, you sound kind of crazy right now.
There's a white person right now is causing discourse in the black community, and I'm sick of it.
Did y'all know? Did y'all know her son? She had a son with one of the Marleys. Like she had a child with one of the Marleys, and he is now like this big time artist, and he has one of the most famous songs, at least on TikTok. And I mean, it's a really good song.
Yeah, no,
I
I
think it's
didn't know.
called "Praise Jah in the Moonlight." So his name is YG Marley. I mean, it's a beautiful
Hmm.
song. Okay, kind of wrapping up this music conversation. I think it's only right that I ask you, what is your top five artists right now? Dead or
For
alive?
me?
No order. Yeah, for you, no order. Just who was your top five artists?
Oh man, top five. Let me see. Man. So for me, top five right now. Number one, Joey Badass is number one.
I
Okay.
like where this list is going. Okay, not bad.
I didn't realize I listened to the guy so much. Spotify. I guess at the end of the year, it like
Spotify gonna tell it.
yeah, and like they did like a. I listened to the guy so much. I guess like depending on the artist, it'll show you like they'll like the artist will like pop up on your phone. And then like automatically show like a list with like a little video where they're like, "Thank you, like, hey man, thanks for all the streams or whatever." That was pretty cool.
Oh
Right,
wow.
right.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. Joey Badass was number one. Um, I started listening to Mac Miller again. I was a big Mac
Mm,
Miller fan before,
yeah,
but
love
when he
Mac.
passed, it really bummed me out. I never listened to his. I listened to the guy like crazy, like all his mixtapes and everything. He got big, but it's kind of crazy. I never listened to his album Wings, which came out afterwards. I never listened to it a day in my life ever until like a week ago. But I've been listening to him again. Rest in peace to him, of course. That was bad.
Yeah, we had a few years where it was a lot of guys that passed, and I was going through it too. So I know what you mean,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. They were like, bro, like left and right out of nowhere, bro. Like,
Yeah.
um, excuse me. Another artist I listen to a lot. My genre's pretty out there. I think that's pretty known. One of my favorite bands. It's been one of my favorite bands since high school. From from Sweden. They're called Meshuggah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's pretty wild. Like I used to play drums growing up. The guy, when you listen to music, it's kind of I don't know how to really describe it. They play this style like it's called polyrhythms. They play two different time signatures at the same time. It's kind of I don't know how to describe it. I would say if dividing by zero had a sound. So they're on there.
Hmm.
Another one for me is it's this bad not good. It's a music artist.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, man. They released this little EP with Turnstile like a few months
Right over
ago.
my head.
Pretty cool,
Oh, for
man.
real.
Let me see. Who's the last one I got? Who's the last one? Let me check again. Let me see who's on there. It's also another artist, River. I think his name is River Tiber, right? River Tiber. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Okay, I haven't
Kind of
heard
a
of it.
it's an EP, not an EP. Kind of an indie artist. Um,
Okay, okay.
Them, those are who I'm pretty heavy on right now.
That's what's
No, let me
up.
change the
That's
last
good.
one. Tom Mish.
Tom Mills is
Um,
good. He got
yeah,
a
yeah, he's
dope
a
voice.
yeah
Yeah, dope
British
voice.
guy. He makes a lot of kind of he started off making instrumentals, but now he kind of makes I mean he still makes a little bit of everything, but yeah. So that's my top five right now. Just going off of what I see on Spotify. So that's just
That's
that.
what's up. That's what's up. That's a pretty good list. You put
What's
me
up?
on to the Sweden group, so I got to check them out
Yeah,
for sure.
they're crazy, man.
If it sounded like Divide by Zero, like now I'm really interested in what that sounds like, so I'm gonna have to
It's
tap
nuts,
in
man.
myself.
Right,
It's nuts.
exactly.
Like it's crazy. Like I don't. I used to play drums growing up. I kind of wish I kept at it, but when I got into drums, I've been playing. I was like, I didn't really play sports or nothing like that growing up in high school. I played drums a lot in middle school, and marching band, and then I got into that kind of stuff. So when I started getting into drums, just from like the music my dad listened to a lot of rock and jazz, old like classic rock, like a big Jimi Hendrix fan. Um, Classic rock, and then getting into like I was one of those kids growing up too. I listened to like the rock from growing up, like Alice in Chains, Linkin Park, Slipknot, Trivium, Meshuggah. Again, Meshuggah is the big one. It's not even. It's stupid, bro. Like I don't know if you want to listen to it or not, but like as
But
far as
shoot
jump
is
goes,
it.
when you hear it, I don't even have words for it, bro. Like the guy released a song and it was so complex they thought he was lying that he didn't play it because it just sounded so ridiculous and he played it live and it was just I don't know. It's crazy. It's whatever. Anyway, I didn't get sidetracked, but
no, you good, dog. So like I said at the beginning, like you a very interesting dude with interesting perspective, and we don't hear all of it. But with that being said,
that means a lot. Thank you so much.
With that being said, like I said, you got a lot of different interests, and one of the shared interests that I know me and you have is anime.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Well, I know you've been on that. Like I started watching probably 2013 because I remember I would get off work because I was working swing shifts. So I would get off work at like 11 and I hop on fucking. It wasn't Crunchyroll at the time because I didn't have an account. I can't remember what like backdoor fucking ad filled site. Yes, Kiss Anime.
Yeah.
Kiss Anime. That's I would get off work and I hop on Kiss Anime and I would watch I would watch Shippuden in One Piece.
Yep.
All night, every night.
The big ones. Yeah.
And that's what I was watching all night. So like I said, and I remember around that time, you was already really into anime. I was still budding into it, and I wasn't as, I guess, comfortable with myself to be more open about what it is I was interested in. Obviously, now it's a lot more mainstream, but
yeah.
So for you, I want to know when did you get into anime?
Man, I got into anime. I'm not even, probably as long as I can remember watching TV, man. Because like I said, right after I was born, we moved to Japan. So it was just Dragon Ball was my first love, but the earliest anime I can ever remember watching. I remember being a kid, like I remember like Dragon Ball Z's kind of old. Like Dragon Ball Z was being created when I was like up in Japan. So I think Z started in '89. I was born in '91, but I remember being in Japan. The earliest anime I remember watching was like
well, I bet that shit hit the streets like crack in the '80s in Japan.
It was crazy, yeah, man. Because anime's been around. Anime's been around since like the '60s. But like these were like when I was there, that's when like the ones that are like legendary now.
Yeah.
Like, starting, like Z was Dragon Ball started in like the early '80s, but Z, the big one everybody knows now, was starting like when I was there. And it's talking about Z starting in Tokyo. Sailor Moon was another huge one. Ronin Warriors, that was another really big one for me. Let's see, Pokemon. Pokemon is the biggest anime of all time. Like Dragon Ball, I think they said Dragon Ball.
Really?
It's like the third highest.
No, Pokemon is definitely the biggest one. Just like with all the different, like with the video games and the toys and all that shit. Like nothing has
they say
the footprint that Pokemon has. For real.
I guess in a video game aspect, Dragon Ball Z is not as heavy in
brother. No, Nintendo is moving units, dog.
Yeah, like people get murdered for Pokemon cards. People get murdered for Pokemon cards, like violent acts.
I know them cards is really
crazy,
expensive. That I do know.
Pokemon is moving the needle, dog.
Yeah, like you seen it was like a few years ago. I don't know if y'all knew him. One of my good friends, Mitchell Everett, he's still here, but he's about to get out.
I remember Everett. He was real quiet.
Yeah, real quiet dude from Tennessee. He was really into Pokemon growing up, and we're about the same age. I remember, because y'all probably saw it on the news a few years ago. Like these old Pokemon cards started getting really, really popular. They're selling for a lot of money. I remember he came in one night at work. He was, to this day, as angry as I've ever seen him. And I was like, "What's going on with you, man?" He was like pissed. I'm like, "What's going on, bro?" And he was talking about he reached out to his parents because he kept his old Pokemon cards and he kept them collected like in his basement his old parents' house, and they had just thrown them out. And he had one of the Blastoise cards, like one of those authentic cards, one of the authentic like clean old cards. That card sold for $400,000. Yeah, $400,000, bro. A plain old card. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, but I didn't mean to get sidetracked there. To answer your original question, I've been watching Pokemon, like I said, since I've been watching TV, Dragon Ball wasn't the first one for me, but it was our first love,
I think for a lot of us, like especially around our age, like coming home and like watching Toonami and not really knowing what it is that you're watching, because at that time it's just another cartoon. But I remember watching Dragon Ball Z. I remember Gundam used to come on.
All of them, bro. Same
Naruto
thing.
was on around that time, so
Yeah.
like a lot of us, like, at least for me, that's when I started watching it. But again, not knowing what it was and not having a love for that genre didn't start for me up until I turned like 18, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of like you were saying as well. Like, yeah, it was pretty well known, especially like the black community. Like Dragon Ball was a big one for a lot of us.
Yeah.
But I remember I used to always be kind of awkward about it, like, because like only recently it kind of became cool to be like black and into anime.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to always be like kind of like real quiet. Like I used to kind of get looked at funny. Never really bullied, but like kind of looked at like kind of weird. Like,
yeah, because they think you watching some weird shit.
Yeah,
and a lot of it is weird. To be fair.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Well, I remember like it'd be like me and like maybe 2 or 3 other like black kids on the entire playground. The only ones like not talking about sports or like the new hip hop out. We're over there talking about like Final Fantasy, Dragon Ball Z, Mega Man, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I was always really heavy into anime. And as far as video games go, I've always really been into like JRPGs and like fighting games and racing games. So
I try to get into JRPGs, they just too goddamn long.
I feel that.
That's at least 50, 60 hours just to finish it. Not even to really get into it, but to finish it. 50, 60 hours. But
exactly.
Just
what would you say the main story? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite anime of all time?
Oh, man. Favorite
so
anime.
For me is Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh,
that's my favorite of all time.
Okay. Yeah. Man, I hate to say it because of how mainstream it is, but the older I get, it's Dragon Ball. Just
hey man, that's not a bad pick. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, I think what it is just like everybody knows because of how popular it is. Whether it's their favorite or not, it's just that big. But the flack, I guess my biggest thing is it gets a lot of flack because of how mainstream it is.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many like sort of details from like any character or any movie that you go into. Like if everybody had a conversation one day, I can talk about like one character or one point in the series. Well, if I broke it down for you, like it would like blow people's minds away in the sense of like you'd fall in love with it or maybe appreciate it all over again. Like everybody, like one really small example. Everybody knows who Trunks is. You know, the cool guy that showed up out of nowhere with the pink hair and the sword from the
could they boy
kill everybody. Yeah, exactly. But one small thing, a lot of people don't realize. Every single person Vegeta's ever lost to, Trunks has defeated. Every single one. Pretty
big
cool.
Dog.
But yeah, but you know, that's all I'll say about that. Dragon Ball is my favorite of all time. But that's just because it was like my first love, and the older I get and go back and watch it, and like the more I learn about a lot of the characters and things that like the people that wrote it and like wrote for the show and everything said about it, it kind of makes me appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
You know, R.I.P. to Akira Toriyama, but
I would say, like, you know, I'm not as heavy in anime as you guys are, but I have seen a handful of things, and I saw this movie, I think it was made in the late 80s called Spirited Away.
Oh, yeah. That jump doesn't run Oscars. That is an Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah.
He done got up. Kornegay done got up.
Yo.
No, that's a real deal Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah. No, and you can tell. It is a beautiful movie. Like, everything about that movie, I enjoy it front to back. So
yeah.
I just had to throw that out there. Yeah. I'm hip to something.
Yeah, you're right though, bro. That's a movie I could watch the movie any day.
No, for me, like I really be trying to explain to people like the way that the anime is formatted, the way that they're able to tell stories is in any other media. I can't think of anything that kind of is comparable. Just the way that they're able to tell stories and how they animate the characters to be so expressionable, and just the style of animation, the visuals that they're able to provide to you to add to the story that they're telling. I don't know any other medium that does it as well.
I agree. Yeah, it's just some way like something so like it seems so trivial at first from the outside in. It can just get such like an emotional reaction out of you. Something animated that's not necessarily in a language that you speak or read. You get such a response, makes such an impact on you. Like
For sure.
I remember for the longest being a Dragon Ball fan, I used to always tell myself I never watched Naruto. Never would. Even though it was so big, everybody knows it's big. Finally watched it, boy. I don't even not. I remember the first. I got that from you. I got that from you, boy. I saw it, bro. I got that from you, man. I remember the first time I saw it. I don't know if y'all ever saw it, but it was when Asuma died.
Oh, I didn't see all of it. Yeah.
Bro,
R.I.P. my boy.
I cried, bro. I cried. When Choji started crying, I lost it, bro. I cried.
Because they weren't supposed to die. Like we don't watch shows and expect like your favorite character or one of the main characters to die. What do you mean he's gone?
Bro, he cut this man's head off, and he just got up and said, "Oh, that hurt." I was like, "Oh no," because like, I seen enough anime where I already knew. I was like, "Oh no, the good guy's not gonna win." I already knew at that point, but I cried, bro.
So
that's oh, my fault.
No, you good. Being as knowledgeable as you are, and obviously being so attached to the genre as long as you have been, what would you say is this is your soapbox, this is your opportunity to speak to the world? What is your biggest misconception you would want to address, or your biggest pet peeve when it comes to anime?
Oh man, it's not. It's kind of hard to explain because I can't explain it myself, but I know it's true. It's not a cartoon. It's not. It's animated, but it's not a cartoon. That's the biggest one. God, I probably should have actually looked up the dictionary, to see the difference of it before I said that. But it's just that's like one of the biggest things a lot of people say about it.
I think the difference is just the content and what it is, like the themes and things that they are willing to and able to explore is a lot different than what you would see in most cartoons.
Yeah, true. Because I can say the same thing about like Family Guy. Like, oh, Family Guy's not a cartoon, but like it's still animated.
Yeah.
So, you got a really good point there. The biggest thing. Oh man, I don't know. I think the biggest thing, if I could say anything about them, I think a lot of people that haven't watched anime, I think people see like the big mainstream ones and they get the same. I think they all think they have the same impression for all of them. Like they see like Pokemon or like Dragon Ball, and they probably think all anime are like that. All anime is just throwing hands or just like funny fictional creatures. That just say their name.
They they don't think there's any real substance behind it. I get what you're saying.
Nothing that really gets deep behind it. People don't think something like Yu Yu Hakusho exists or something like Spirited Away or something.
That boy in that green suit gonna get straight to business.
Yeah, that man was dead and throwing hands. Dead and throwing hands.
No, man, but finishing this up here, man. So right now, what would you do? You read manga?
I don't.
I don't either. So that's cool.
I love anime, but I don't read them.
Yeah, I don't really do too much reading, so we're in the same boat there. But what are you watching right now? Do you got any recommendations?
Oh man, what I'm watching right now. What did I just finish? I loved it. I'm so ready for the next season. I just finished Hajime no Ippo. It's a boxing anime. I remember for the longest. I
love the sports animes.
Yeah, I like them too.
Did you ever watch
I want to watch Slam Dunk. I want to watch Slam Dunk.
It's not Slam Dunk. It's the fuck. I can't remember the name. I'm gonna look it up and send it to you later. Yeah, I'll look it up and send it to you later. Please send it. I love the sports ones though.
Yeah, I would love to watch it. Oh my bad, buddy. I hit my dog. Yeah, so I just finished watching Hajime no Ippo. That one was really cool. It was a boxing one. I remember because I'd always see advertising for like the sweaters and everything of it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was deployed just now, I especially like to watch anime when I'm deployed. I was like, let me see what I wanted to watch, and I watched that one from start to finish. That was fantastic. It was kind of long. It was like 5 seasons and like 3 movies, so it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's a good sit and watch.
Yeah. Man, of course, Demon Slayer was really, really good. That's the one everybody's crazy about right now.
Yeah,
that was insane.
Demon Slayer is fire. I can't wait for that new season.
Right now, I started watching kind of an older one, but I started watching Berserk. I like that. I watched some pretty crazy ones too. What's another one I watched? It was older. It's a movie, but it is by far the most graphic thing I've ever seen. It was insane, bro. Like I think I can handle some pretty good stuff, but even for me, I was like, Jesus Christ. I had to like put the phone down, like make sure nobody was seeing what I was watching,
You
bro.
take a break.
Just grab it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Devil Man. It's good.
Oh yeah. No,
but
Devilman Crybaby on Netflix.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I
watched
actually
that one, too.
finished the last season because it got too crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, it got crazy.
It got
That's
to be too
insane
much.
because I
Man.
finished
I watched that one,
anime
but
because
I guess
No,
the
brother.
main one I was talking about was like the original one from the 80s. But it's kind of old. It's from like the 80s. That's even worse.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was a remake.
I didn't either until I saw the 80s one. Because the 80s one is just it was a YouTube clip. And I was like, what's this guy talking about? And I was like, oh, this came out before. So I watched that. It's just a movie.
Gary. Yeah, no, Devilman is crazy, bro.
Yep, bro. What? Another one I really liked, Parasite, was really good.
I heard of that.
I think it's just 2 seasons, so it's good, but it's short. So that when you finish it, you'll be kind of irritated waiting on the next season. But right now, I'm just watching Berserk. So that's an older one, but everybody seems really crazy about it, and they say it's really, really epic. I see so much fan art about it. I'm just curious, so I finally started watching it. I do need to watch Boruto. I watched Naruto. I've seen Shippuden.
Man,
I haven't started One Piece yet.
I used to watch One Piece. I'm too far behind, but Boruto, like, how much did you like Naruto?
I like Naruto, and I really like Shippuden a lot. I did.
The only thing that is driving me to, because I'm caught up on Boruto. The only reason I'm watching and continuing to watch is because I'm so attached to the story of this of that world. Of the Naruto world, but the actual show itself is hard to get into. Like, it's so slow paced. Like, me and my homie was talking about, like me and my dog was talking about when we first started watching it. Like, I don't know if you remember in Naruto when they first fought. What was the ninja swordsman with the big one? Like the really big one that's wrapped up. It was really early on. Zabuza.
Yes.
That was episode 7.
Yeah.
That's how quickly they got into the shit, like where motherfuckers might die in Naruto. It was episode 7. Boruto didn't get those type of stakes until damn near season 2.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's a slog.
Okay.
So if you haven't watched it, I won't say not to watch it, but I'm also not going to recommend it. If you want to watch it, it's purely because you want to.
I better have some patience, man.
Yeah, it's purely because you want to.
Okay, man, everybody says that.
Yeah.
But everybody says when it gets good, it gets really, really good.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I've enjoyed it, but I haven't hit a point where I'm like, man, this is really, really good. But
okay. I'll probably watch it eventually then, just as a fan. But
yeah, but no.
So got some more Naruto tattoos, so he kind of made me excited to watch it again, though. he got the whole sleeve, bro.
Yeah, DeLorme is a whole another beast. I might see if he wants to come on here, but I don't know how that show is gonna go. DeLorme is crazy.
That man is one of the biggest role models and mentors I've had here, man. He's great.
Yeah, he's crazy. We're not closing out, man. So, like I said, like I've been kind of touching on throughout the whole show. Like you're a very interesting dude. You got different perspectives, but the things that you're interested in and just your background, where you come from, and hopefully as people have listened through this show and just heard you speak, obviously you're your own person. And with that, as we're all black, and sometimes there's a thinking that black people are monolith and we're all meant to be the same and like the same things. And the things that you like, the things that you're interested in, who you are as a person don't always match what people would assume that monolithic idea of a black person is supposed to be like. So I'm just curious, and I've always wanted to ask you this, just kind of what your experiences are with that kind of thinking, and then just kind of like how it's affected you and what your thoughts on that issue are.
Oh yeah. Well, first and foremost, man, thank you sincerely so much for that. It means a lot because I guess my experience I could start with even growing up the way I have. Being a military family and living in Japan and California, I didn't really, I guess for lack of a better term, start growing up with people that looked like me until I got to Georgia. And even then, it wasn't really that many until I got to middle school. I moved to Georgia. When I moved to Georgia, I was in starting the 2nd grade, so it was still kind of a minute. I didn't really see people like me that look like me until I got to middle school, pretty much. So I was never really bullied, nothing like that. I always had plenty of people I could talk to, but I did always get that that expression and kind of like that and that impression. They kind of said it all right sometimes, like, man, you're different, because like I said, like a lot of people that I grew up around, they were like talking about a lot of hip hop albums or sports, but all I was really talking about was I'm playing Final Fantasy and watching anime. Not really doing that kind of stuff. Um, it was never really difficult for me because as I got a little older, especially in the military, I
Yeah.
started seeing a few more. I met a couple other brothers that were kind of like similar to me. Like I don't know if y'all knew Anthony Johnson.
Yeah, I remember Johnson.
Yeah. We got along the exact same way, bro. They used to
Spencer.
have dreads. Yeah, exactly, Spencer. Yeah, exactly. So it hasn't really been that bad. And even with y'all, like I used to always feel kind of bad because I'd always see y'all around and I want to wave for something. I'm like, man, you know what? I want to say something, but I don't want to come out weird. I'm like, man, I don't want them to think I don't mess with them because like I'm weird or I think they're weird. So I used to always when I saw y'all, bro, I used to feel so bad. I'm like, they probably think I'm crazy or something.
I can remember just like around that time, like, because obviously we were younger and obviously a little bit more immature in our thinking. I never thought down or less of you. I obviously knew we were into different things, but I guess the way that I kind of approached it was like, I don't know if you noticed or remember, but I didn't really talk to anybody that we worked with outside of work. Like I didn't.
That's true.
I did not. Like me and Gary, our friends was people like outside of work, and it was people that more or less was interested in the same things that we were interested in, and those people would always just happen to be black. So it was never a conscious thought like, oh no, I ain't fuck with Kornegay. Kornegay, he don't fuck shit. It's just like the things that I was interested in led me to certain people, and I just didn't talk to people that I worked with, and I worked with you.
Yeah,
and we just weren't at the time, or unbeknownst to me, we weren't interested in the same things.
Right.
Again, whether that be true at the time, I don't think it is, but from what I saw from the outside looking in with my immature lens at that time, it just didn't make no sense to me. For me to like talk and get on that same level, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I would say, and I would say for me, from my vantage point, was like, of course, at least for me, like I've only saw you like when we were doing shift change, like and that was it, and that was majority of people like. I've got real cool with Bennett. I don't know if y'all remember Andre Bennett.
I remember the name.
But yeah, so he was also on different shifts, and like I didn't get close to him until like because we ended up getting deployed together right before I left for the military, and that's when I started talking. That was my first time talking to him. But we were, of course, in the same port, and we was working around each other for X amount of years and stuff like that. So like I said, from my vantage point, thinking about you, Kornegay, was like, oh, this brother is very energetic, like always energetic. That's the only thing I ever thought about. You know what I'm saying? And so other than that, it's like, always on 10. And that's cool. Like that's just that brother's in mode, you know what I'm saying? And
appreciate
that was really it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I guess I had the same thoughts. Like never no negative, nothing I could ever say about you. Like you always had super great energy. The same energy you got right now is what you carry through. This is just who you are as a person.
Right.
But like, it's great to be around. It's refreshing to be around, bro. So, like I said, man, like
that means a lot. But I guess as far as outside of that, like I had friends. I had friends that were brothers too. We were kind of like the different brothers, for lack of a better term, hung out together. Well, I was like y'all said as well. There was never no animosity, nothing like that with y'all. And I had other friends of different races, ethnicities, and backgrounds. But outside of that, I think for better or for worse, the experiences I've had in Charleston have been similar to y'all's in the sense of like I've had a lot of other. I'm thankful that I've had so many other supervisors and mentors and everything that for lack of a better term look like me and have always been there to help my back and help me out with a lot of scenarios or help me see perspectives on things that maybe I couldn't see otherwise. But I've also had the I guess some of the negative experiences as well that something I know y'all have had as well growing up. Not necessarily this in Charleston, but just as a black man, from positive or negative experiences. I've had those awkward experiences with police officers. I've had I don't know if I told y'all the story before, but it was Easter Sunday, 2017. I just got back from my first deployment. I remember because I was gone for like 6 months. I left my car at my parents' house. It wasn't going to be driven, so I had them like cancel the insurance, just one less bill while I was gone. Whatever. I got back. I got my car back in the swing of things. It was kind of funny and ironic. I was going to see the new Fast and Furious that had just came out. It was Easter Sunday. It was me and Karez. He had his child. Pretty funny.
He had like a purple one, didn't he?
Yeah, plum crazy purple is
Yeah,
what they
I
call
remember
it.
that.
It was
That bitch
already,
is
that thing was
hard.
sick.
I remember
That
that.
thing was sick. But I remember I remember clear as day. I was on Lassen Road. We were going to the movies, and I saw this cop car like behind me, but I was like, oh, he's coming kind of fast. I guess I'll get out the way, let him go where he's going. And he followed me to the next lane. And sure enough, here we go. Got pulled over. He's like, hey man, I pulled you over. I saw your tag isn't updated. I was like, oh yeah, I just got back from deployment like a week ago. I'll get it done. I haven't gotten it done yet. And that's why. He's like, oh okay, cool. And so he comes back and like 20 minutes later, he's like, hey man, your your license is suspended. And I didn't know what that meant because I thought he meant to say expired. But I was like, no, it's not. It's not suspended. It's not expired. It's good. It's good for the next 3 years. He's like, no, it's suspended because of the insurance thing. It's because I hadn't gotten it redone yet because I just got back. So I didn't. I learned the hard way that way. Like I was like, oh, okay, well, my bad. So, but no big deal. He's like, check the. You got proof of the registration and everything? I was like, yeah, sure. So I I pulled out the paper and it was expired, but I was still I wasn't even worried yet because I had the app on my the USA app. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check the app. I was like, he's like that's expired. I was like, okay, I'll check the app real quick. Pull up the app. Technical difficulties. I was like, fuck. But I was like, oh, let's call the number. I'll call the phone number because they got that too. It said, oh, technical difficulties. You got any issues? Just call this number. I called the number. They don't answer. Easter Sunday. So now I'm fucked. So now I'm sitting here, I'm looking like a jackass.
Right,
because I can't show proof of didn't even know it. And now I'm looking like a jackass because he's like sitting there like, well, you can't drive the car. You have somebody come here and drive it, or I'm gonna have to tow it. So now I'm looking like a jackass. I gotta call what's his name? Fucking Sergeant Orphan, my supervisor at the time. Stop hanging out with his family, come meet me on the other side of town to get the car. And the entire time this is happening, I'm like, I'm on the phone. I gotta call fucking Geico, like, hey, I gotta get insurance like ASAP, so my car doesn't get impounded. And then while I'm on the phone with Geico, I got upset because I heard the guy like, yeah, I thought he stole the car. The cop was like, yeah, I thought he stole the car. And I was like, oh wow, he just said that. Like I didn't say anything, but I heard him, I was kind of just like, because like that happened. So that sucks. But I got that entire ordeal fixed. I got that squared away and everything. But that's an experience I've had. Of course, I look at that as maybe just driving a nice car by being black. I don't know, but the other experience I've had, of course, the Dylan Roof shooting, that was pretty. I don't know if y'all want to talk about that. I can get into that if y'all want me to. It's up to y'all. I mean, I don't want to hold up y'all's time or nothing.
I mean, that was.
That's up to y'all.
Because that was 2015, right?
Or something. Yeah, that was 2015.
Yeah, because I was still there. That was so crazy.
That was June.
I got there. I got the call like 2 weeks. 2 weeks after the shooting happened.
Yeah, for those who don't remember, who might not be aware, that was when Dylan Roof went into the church, AME church, I believe, and he killed nine black folks downtown Charleston. And again, that's a place that we frequent all the time. You pass by that church every time you go downtown. So that was a surreal experience. And then obviously 2015, I would have been 20 years old, so I'm still a baby. Like that shit was crazy.
I lost my barber that night, bro. Like that shit, that fucked me up, man. Like, that was language, but
that was your barber. One of them was your barber. Oh, bro, I didn't know that.
Tawanza Sanders, man.
I didn't know that.
Tawanza Sanders.
I did not know that.
So I didn't. So before I go any further, it was like again, just being brothers. Like I was looking for like my own barbershop place. Now that I've been out here for a little bit, and you always get the advice like go somewhere where there's black people that know to cut your hair. So I found that place. It was right across the street from the Sandpiper Lane on Ashley Phosphate. It was called it's called Diamond Cuts, right across from Ashley Phosphate.
I know what you're talking about. I remember that spot. I never went in there, but I remember that spot.
Yeah. I've been going there. I didn't really know the man that well. I only been going there for like 3 months, to be honest, because I just started, But even so, something like that happens. I don't even. My God, man! I remember because that night it was another night. I was just chilling. I was in my dorm. I was going for a night drive. Like I told you, I do that. I do that. I was bored that night, got in the car. I just watched it. I went for a drive. Because I was in the dorms. I got in the car. I was driving downtown, just chilling, listening to music, whatever. On the way downtown, I remember I saw like 7 or 8 cop cars flying past me. And I'm like, man, something's going on. But I shrugged it off, didn't think nothing of it. I'm just going on about my night, whatever. I remember I got downtown. Because the route I usually take when I go on that drive, I go downtown, I'll go down King Street, and then I'll turn down Calhoun, go past the church, and I'll turn on Meeting Street, and then go back home. One big loop. But I got down to King Street, and I couldn't turn because they had it blocked off. And it was more cop cars. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. I don't know what's going on, but I guess I'll go home. And I'm on the interstate on my way back home, and everybody's blowing up my phone like, hey, are you okay? Are you good? Where are you? What's going on? I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I just shrugged it off, kept driving, and I got back to the parking lot, went to Midnight Chow, and I get my food. I sit down, I see they got on TV, like Charles shooting downtown, and they showed all the victims, like 9 dead, and they said, it was like all the victims, and it was just so one was at Sanders. And I'm like, what? What the fuck? Like I don't know what else to say, bro. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know what to say, bro.
I haven't met anybody who knew one of them personally, bro. That's crazy.
This is the first time.
Know what to say. Like, like I said, like I didn't know the man that well. He was cutting my hair for about 3 months, but like something like that. I don't know what you're supposed to say to that. That man cut my hair 4 days ago, and now you're telling me he's dead.
Yeah,
because
that shit, the shit's gonna touch all of us like in a different way. But for you to know one of them personally, I can't imagine what that would have felt like at the time, bro.
I think it's terrible for obvious reasons, But I think what messed me up the most was like it kind of broke me again, bro. Like they have the entire 911. They have the entire 911 recording of the phone call, you can find it on YouTube. I could listen to the entire thing for obvious reasons, bro. But I just he went into that church and he sat there with them during like Bible study and everything. Like they talked and everything on a normal Bible study, and then like at the end they bowed their heads to pray, and then he just stood up. I'm sorry, I got to do this, and just started. I don't even.
Yeah, it was surreal. Like I remember that.
He's 26 years old, like.
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember the dude that they shot in North Charleston. That was like 2016 or something like that. Those are just crazy times. Like Charleston was insane.
Times, yeah, I don't even. So I mean, I guess between the that guy saying I stole my car, and that, as far as I guess negative experiences in South Carolina, those have been some. I mean, besides that, I've had the other kind of expected negative scenarios, like going to Folly Beach sometimes and seeing like people just waving, like just holding like 10 Confederate flags, just hanging them down and waving at you. But that just shook that off. That's just South Carolina.
Yeah.
But so I mean, as far as my negative experiences, those have been the negative ones. I mean, I've had some positive ones too.
Let's on a positive one. Let's uplift the spirits a little bit, and let's.
No, we got some jokes. We got some labs coming up, so let's go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah.
We don't want to bring it down too much.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've had some positive experiences. I found out, firsthand, maybe like some of y'all have as well. There's a lot of girls on the total of different complexions that really like us out here. I've had, man.
I didn't really figure that out too much until I went overseas, and I learned some things over there.
I've had some positive experiences, but this is people talking about. I'm like, man to man, I didn't start getting girls until I got in the military, to be honest with you. But it's me, so I've been so genuinely oblivious to it. I've friend zoned chicks so many times I've never even known it, bro. Like I've friend zoned chicks by accident before.
Look, brother. Look, you did better than me. You was doing better than me at the time.
I've taken some L's too, man. Like we all have, definitely. But I've had.
Don't speak for me, brother. Don't speak for me.
Whatever.
Don't speak for me, brother.
You're right.
We do good
Oh
over
yeah, I
here.
remember I had this one shit come over.
Yeah, okay.
I had
All
just
right.
moved in.
Yeah.
Me and Oaks had just moved in. We didn't have furniture yet, bro. I didn't even have furniture yet. And I got back, and she's like, "Hey, where you at?" I was like, "Oh, I'm back. I just moved in, but if you want to come over, we can hang out." And I thought she was gonna say no because I told her I have no furniture. I really don't have anything to do, bro. I got there. She was waiting on me at the apartment. Got in there, sat down, like got in there, like awkwardly like shorter around in my empty ass apartment with no furniture. Sat there on the floor, looking right there, just talking to each other, like eye to eye. Leaned in, gave her a hug. I was like, yeah, you should probably go. True story. Cute girl.
Man,
she was like,
bro,
she like Africans. I had a chance.
I know
She
about
like
that.
Africans. I don't know, bro. She had blonde hair, bright blue eyes.
I thought you meant she was
Bro,
African.
oh, wait.
No, I said she liked Africans. She liked Africans. Look, as far as
You pump fake me.
That night, as far as I know, as far as she know, I was African, bro.
Yeah, you crazy,
I
dog.
would have been Nigerian that night. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. I got some. Never mind. I got some other stories. I can't tell these. So I can't tell these stories.
Nah, we gonna say you got to keep it tough, brother. We gonna finish
I'll
it up,
keep it
man.
tough.
We gonna keep it tough.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll keep it tough.
So-
Yeah, for sure.
Finishing it up, man, we got a little segment. Again, I don't like the name. I ain't thought of nothing new, but it's called the Tactical 10. So basically, it's going to be quick fire. I'm going to show you I'll give you a couple options, and you'll pick the one that you like, or you'll just kind of answer it as it shows up. I'll put it up on the screen for everybody to see.
Okay.
And then the last few ones is going to be some would you rather, just kind of pick your brain a little bit. So
Oh yeah. Oh.
here we go. So the first one we got, One Gotta Go. Couple anime shows, Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter. Which
I'll
one
give her
which
Hunter
one you
all
get rid
day.
of? Really? That was quick.
All day. It's
I
good.
agree.
Hunter's great, but Yu Yu Hakusho, nah, that's timeless, bro.
Yeah, like I said, that's my favorite of all time. So that's where I'm standing. Hunter x Hunter is great, but you can't fuck with Yu Yu Hakusho.
I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you on that.
I'm with you. Gary, I don't know if you've seen either of these.
No, I have not.
Just judging off the cover art, what you picking?
Well, I mean, I gotta go with what I know. I've never heard of Yu Yu Hakusho, so I'll just pick
Oh,
That's
no.
upsetting, but okay.
I don't know.
The Hunter is dope, bro.
Yeah.
Hunter is timeless, bro. It's sick. I haven't finished it, but it's sick.
No, it's great. All right, next one.
Ooh.
Car guy. So take your pick. We got a Nissan GTR or a Jaguar F-Type SVR. What you taking? I figured it'd be easy for him, but I thought he might surprise us.
What was all you, bro?
No, it's
No,
on you. What
you
got?
the
What you
guess. You the
taking?
guess.
Oh, I'm taking the GTR.
That's what I thought, man.
I'm taking it, bro. Man. I'm
That's your dream car?
About that long. It's one of my dream cars. Yeah, my tuner has one. They're just as cool in person as they are on TV. And man, yes.
Right. I'll probably take the Jag myself.
I think they're stick too. And they are. They stick.
Yeah. The
British
Ajiwa is what I call it, the Ajiwa. But I'm gonna go with the GTR. I'm gonna go with GTR.
All right. Next one. So taking a little local. So you ever been to Two Keys?
I haven't been.
Okay.
I haven't been there.
Okay, so we got two wing spots. Two Keys Tavern. They got a couple locations, and then have you been to Carolina Ale House?
Yeah, I've been to Ale House. I like Ale House.
So I guess this one you've only been to Ale House, so I don't know if you would pick that one or not. But I've been to both, and personally, I'm taking Ale House as well. They got way better wings, and it's just a better atmosphere in my opinion. Gary, you been to either one of these places?
Yeah, I mean,
Two Keys is nice though. It ain't bad, but I like Ale House better.
Yeah, I'm from North Carolina, so Carolina Ale House is all over the place.
That's fair.
Okay, I think that's our first event in this pick.
But yeah, I'm going to pick that one.
All right. Next one. So I don't know if you've been to these places, but where would you rather visit? Amsterdam in the Netherlands or Bangkok, Thailand?
Man, I love Asia, but I would jump at the chance to go to Amsterdam. I would jump at the chance, bro. European women are different.
You had to keep it all the way real, brother. Yeah, no, I was
like the
gonna
blizzards.
say. I,
I would do it all day long.
that boy said if it ain't snowing outside, he ain't going.
Oh, yes. I'm going, bro.
No, I mean I've had the humble brag. I've had the opportunity to visit both of these places on vacation, and both of them is amazing.
Guam, yeah.
Yeah, they both of them was amazing experiences, and I got different things out of those trips. But if I had to pick, I'd probably go with Thailand, bro. I don't know if y'all seen y'all seen Hangover. Everybody's seen Hangover.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That movie is Hangover 2, I think is when they was in Bangkok. That shit is very plausible. Everything that they went through in that movie is very fucking plausible. Like
that's great. That's great. That's great too, though.
Bangkok is insane. Amsterdam was great.
Bangkok, anything's possible. Sounds like
literally, but Amsterdam was great, bro. But it's a lot smaller of a city. But and they let people kind of, like I said, obviously they got like the red light district and most drugs over there are legal, so it can get kind of crazy over there too. But obviously, with our profession, I can't get into everything that they have to offer. But just kind of being in it was cool. But Bangkok is crazy.
Good point. Okay.
Bangkok is crazy.
Bangkok, man. Okay. I was going to Bangkok too. That's crazy, bro. There'd be ton of Kornegays everywhere. I don't even care. Everywhere, bro.
Gary, what you got?
I'll probably do Amsterdam. Yeah, I'll probably do Amsterdam. Plain and simple.
Okay, no, I like it. All right, so we get into would you rather's now. So would you rather be stuck in a romantic comedy with your worst enemy or be in a horror movie with your best friend?
Oh man, I probably choose the horror movie, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
One of y'all might die though.
I don't know, man. I just because like in my head, as far as horror movies, like horror movies that scare me specifically, it's like supernatural. Like zombie movies and gore don't scare me. Supernatural movies scare me. But like if I'm gonna be dealing with something like some insidious type shit, I'd rather be dealing with something like that with one of my closest friends. That way we could just get upset about something stupid and then laugh during a very serious moment. Because I feel like
But one of y'all might die.
Oh man, that's it.
I think he's stuck on that one. I think he's still gonna do that one.
I don't know, man. You know what? I hate to say it, but I probably would.
Yeah, I told you. I don't think there's no convincing him.
I'm a very romantic person to the point where it's almost like it's like really like attractive, where it's like cringe. It's a very thin line. Like you're like, man, this guy is smooth, or like this guy is the biggest. This guy is the biggest loser ever. So like that being said.
He's gonna work with his neck.
My worst enemy, man, I'd become the pettiest. I'd become the villain, bro. I'd become the main antagonist in a romantic comedy.
Hey man, I
respect the antagonist, bro. I would.
I think I do romantic comedy because in a romantic comedy there should be a happy ending. So I'm gonna pick the romantic comedy.
Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go that too.
You got a good point. Wow.
Go with that too. Lover boy over here, certified. No relation to you though.
Fan. He a fan.
Romantic comedy with the worst enemy. Man.
All right. Next one. Would you rather drop a bad habit or gain a good one?
Oh man, that's heavy. Gain a good. Ah man. God. I guess gain a good habit. I guess.
I think I picked that one because I can't think of too many bad habits that I feel like are that much of a detriment to my life.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, well, what's the bad things I do? They're not that bad. So yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I gotta drop a bad habit.
Man, so he's smooth like that.
No, I mean no. Your vices can lead you to your demise. You know, so
fair enough. Fair enough.
It is quite possible. So
depending,
you're right. To drop that means to add more, to alleviate stress from your life.
True.
Add more habits.
Yeah, possibly save your life. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this is pretty sick. I like this. It's really thought provoking. Wow.
Next one. Would you flip a coin and heads meant you get $1 billion and tails meant you die instantly?
Oh God. Man, do I have to flip the coin?
What would you do
Oh God. I don't know. No, no,
it?
no,
No,
no. Yeah, I gotta.
I don't think I'd do it either.
I don't know,
Actually, I
man.
don't know.
Man.
Because either way, any problem I had is no longer a problem anymore.
Wow. Yeah.
That sounds really depressing. Are you okay?
I mean, I'm just a
That's
realist,
hilarious.
brother. Did I tell a lie?
That's all.
Sounds
That's really irrelevant. I'm not even kidding. That's brilliant.
I didn't tell a lie. Either way, it's
You
not
did
my problem anymore.
I would
You did-
I
That's
would
great.
do it. I would do it at 50. I'm not doing it now. I would do it at 50.
You know what? Yeah. If that was an option, yes. But bro, Buster, you got a good point. That was funny, bro. That was funny. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you answer?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He said, "Oh, I don't
No,
know."
he said no. He said no. He said no. Yeah.
He said no.
Yeah,
He
I
said
would.
no.
I
Okay.
would. I couldn't do it
Yeah.
right now. No,
Yeah, I would do it right now.
I
But
would do
50?
it right now. I'd do it right
See,
now.
no.
I couldn't. I'm with you, bro.
Even if it's tails, I won't even know that it was tails.
True.
'Cause I died.
True.
But
Well, I
you
guess.
would know you would know that the possibility is a 50-50 shot while it's in the air. So
I'm either
Your whole
know
life
I
is
got
fine.
$1 billion or there's nothing else after that because I'm dead.
That's true. I mean, I guess like you see, like if you see tails, you just well. Oh man, yeah. I'm still with him though. Like
That's my
I
take.
couldn't do it right now, but if I could do it at 50, then yeah, I would absolutely do it.
50
I just
age,
don't-
you know what I'm saying? You done live half,
Yeah. I just don't fear
majority people live
death.
half their life at 50. So
I just don't fear
I feel
death,
you.
really. It's
I
gonna be
feel
what
you,
it
bro.
is.
That's real. That's real though. That's real. Yeah.
But I get what y'all saying. Like, it's a choice. I think y'all might got a little
I
bit
get what
more
you're saying
things.
too, though. I get what you're saying too. Yeah, because either way, your problems are gone. Yeah. I think you're right. You're both right. I agree with y'all. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, next one. Would you rather have no elbows or no knees?
Wait a minute, bro. No elbows. Oh God. I think I'd rather have no knees. No knees. Easy, man.
so which means
You get really short.
you're taking away the bending option, or like what I'm confused.
Yeah, it's just leg. It's just straight down. There is no bend.
Straight leg.
Yeah.
There's
For
no
me, it's
angle
'cause, like,
anymore. You can't
for
walk
me,
right.
I think for me it's easy. It's easy for me to choose between these two, just because I don't know if y'all ever done it before, but like you like accidentally like bend your leg the wrong way, or like hit it on something, like you like accidentally move your kneecap, like you move it real quick and it goes back into place.
My kneecap?
Yeah, it's excruciating, bro.
No, I've not.
Bro, it feels like a kick in the soul. It hurts so bad, bro. It's like if it ever happens to you, you'll remember that pain for your whole life, bro.
I'm thinking arms just because, like, I can still kind of maneuver and do things.
Yeah, that's having no elbows
just-
and removing the bending option. You know, your whole you realize how much you do with your hands and your arms. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
can't
I'm
walk
thinking,
right.
like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
I'm
you
thinking
can
if
drive.
I don't have no knees, I'm probably gonna get my shit amputated and just be in a wheelchair, and I'll just live the wheelchair life, and that'll be it.
Man, I just meant like I just have all legs, no kneecaps. I can't bend my legs.
But if your legs are useless, you might as well cut them off.
Oh man,
I
that's
they're
guess
not
you can say the
useless,
same about
though.
that. Well, yeah, they are. You can't. No, you need to bend your legs.
man. Look, I need my legs. Look, I need legs. I can't drive without my elbows. I
don't know. I think we all made our pick, though. All right.
Yeah, man.
This should be the last one. So, would you rather everyone you know be able to read your thoughts, or everyone you know have access to your internet history?
All of them have access to my internet history.
Yeah.
Internet history for me.
Yeah,
Read my
for sure.
thoughts? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
this
mean,
is pretty
yeah,
easy, unless you some type of
yeah.
freak.
No, I
Yeah,
mean,
man,
if we're being completely honest, you know, the human brain is sadistic by nature. Like we have to force.
Well, no, I mean internet history. Like, unless you some sort of freak, that shouldn't be that.
Yeah. I thought you meant reading mine. Okay, yeah.
Oh
No.
I'll say
Yeah.
my internet history. My internet history is no crazier, no worse than anybody else's that they can find. So I'd rather go for that.
Man. But ain't no telling on a day-to-day basis what the hell is gonna go on in here. In my noggin.
Yeah,
Exactly,
like
yeah.
you and intrusive thought can pop in right now. Now everybody got
Exactly. I can't control it.
Yeah, like thoughts
I can control what I search.
Yeah, exactly. People always go, "Oh man, let's get us out of your head for an minute to see what goes on." No, you don't. No, you don't. Because one day you'll be in there, this is the happiest man alive. The other day you go in there, you be like, "This you would bawl your eyes out." That's terrible to say. I just said that out loud.
Hey man, well, I think we are. It's the duality of it, man. Everybody got their times where they going through it.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
Well,
Yeah, internet history for me, absolutely.
For sure. All right, last one. Would you rather live one life for 1,000 years or live 10 lives for 100 years each?
Wow, man, I don't. That's really, really good. Oh man, I think I'd rather live one life for 1,000 years. I think just for me, the reason I choose that is just going off of like some of the longevity of characters that have been in the Bible, in the sense that like not really like the whole like different lives, just some of them have just lived for really, really long periods of time. And in my head, I'm like, you know what? Like, I wonder what kind of relationship I could have, like, as a man of faith with God for if I had 1,000 years. That's just my honest answer for me. Like, rather than 10 years, because like 10 lives for 100 years each. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, would I know about all these other lives? Would I be aware of them? Would I have the knowledge from all of those?
More than likely not. No.
I'm wondering if they're consecutive. Well, I guess that kind of goes also into like if you don't have any knowledge of the past lives.
See, oh man,
yeah. I'd probably go with 1,000 years just because I don't see the point in doing it 10 times if none of them are connected in any way. You won't know what's happening.
Like I wonder what I could experience. Like what kind of knowledge or what kind of person would you be 1,000 years?
Imagine being like 876 years old and you like broke.
Yeah, like yeah, man, I knew all these presidents. Yeah, I saw MLK firsthand back in the day, bro. Like. I speak 19 languages.
Man, 1,000 years, that was what they put us at. I don't even know. I can't do no math like that.
Well, they say back in biblical times, that's how.
1,024? Or 1024?
Yeah.
That's what year we get?
Characters were hundreds and hundreds of years old. That's what, yeah, that's for me, that's why I thought about it. That's why I chose what I chose, personally. That's just me.
Right. No, that's a good pick. Either way, it's all about what you want. But
yeah,
no, man, I think we're gonna wrap it up there, man. Kornegay, like I really appreciate your time, bro. I appreciate your thoughts. I appreciate
thank
how
y'all.
thorough you were with your answers, bro. Like this was a great episode.
Man. Thank y'all so much for having me on here, man. Seriously, thank you. I will gladly be on here again. Thank you.
I was thinking, bro, a little while ago, we might have to have you as a recurring guest to like get something for you because this energy you can't waste it.
Yeah, man. I'll gladly come on here again, dude. For sure. Absolutely. Thank you again for coming on here. Yeah, I'm glad to come on here, dude. Thank you, man. Seriously, it's my first time doing something like this, so thank you. I gotta stop. I keep saying it, but thank you, man.
We appreciate you, bro.
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
We appreciate you, bro. Gary, you got any final thoughts when we get out of here, man?
Just keep doing your thing. I hope, in all your endeavors are prosperous and successful. I hope, your car stays, up to date and, keeps your
much love, man. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for that too. Yeah, thank you. I got the tent done today, redone today. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, man, for real.
Good. So that's all I got.
Well, we appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, and with that being said, man, we'll see you when we see you. Word to Henry.
Yeah.